Okay, hello and welcome back. So today we are going to be ranking the Nicki Minaj's feuds with other celebrities. Okay, so the way that I divided up the ranks is we have on the bottom green, That's How You Clear a B.
Now that's how you clear a bitch. I don't know who that hoe is.
Followed by Library is Open, and followed by Anyways, so...
What? Child. Anyway, so...
Followed by The Girls Are Fighting.
What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No!
And lastly, we have A Mess. Okay, so I wanted to start talking about Demi Lovato, and it all started when Nicki and Demi wore the clothes by the same designer, and then allegedly Nicki didn't tag Demi, and then Demi decided to post this picture with this caption in her Instagram, and followed by this story. And yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't really care about this beef or alleged beef. Honestly, who cares? It's just like whatever. So I'm gonna rank it anyways. So next, I want to talk about the iconic duo that is Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj. And you know, I love About My Face, which is their collaboration, but I do think it was unfortunate that allegedly they had a fallout with American Idol. That allegedly, some people say that the show producers made it worse so they will have more views, but I don't know, that's what people say. So anyway, yeah, this was very messy. There were a lot of things that were said back and forth between the two, and here's an example. And this was only part of the back and forth they had. So as you can tell, it was very, very messy, and for that reason, I'll give it a mess ranking. Okay, so next I want to talk about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. This drama or alleged drama started a long time ago, and it is debated how exactly it started and the origins, but a lot of people say that it started when the song Motorsport was released, in which it was a feature with Nicki and Cardi with Migos. And you know, Cardi B said some things in an interview about Nicki's verses being changed, and then Nicki said that hurt her feelings. And you know, then we have the infamous Met Gala confrontation in which Cardi B threw a shoe and whatnot. And you know, this drama kept going and going, and then Nicki went into Queen Radio to say how Cardi B was at the height of her career and she was throwing shoes. And then when she released Queen, the album, in 2018, in the song LLC, she mentions how she doesn't pay anyone to come write for her, and a lot of people say that this was directed towards Cardi B, even though it was never confirmed. And this is an alleged feud that continues on to this day, because as you can tell in recent events, Nicki has been going in a back and forth with Latto on Twitter especially, and a lot of people think that it's really about Nicki and Cardi, or that they think that Cardi has a problem with Nicki, and that's why she quotes certain things. And Nicki did post this image as her profile picture on Twitter, and a lot of people were saying that this was shade towards Cardi, since allegedly Cardi B has writers for her songs. So for that reason, I'll give it a That's How You Clear B, just because, you know, I feel like Nicki really came out for Cardi, in my opinion, you know, because it was never confirmed that she actually was referring to Cardi, but we can speculate. So yeah, that's what I'm ranking it as. Okay, so next I want to talk about Miley Cyrus, and it all started when Nicki tweeted this, and it talks about a nomination and the other girls, quote unquote, and some people think that it was about Miley Cyrus. And of course this led Miley Cyrus to talk about it, because a lot of people thought it was about her, and she mentioned this, in which she says how Nicki Minaj's method of speech would not be nice, quote unquote, something like that. And of course this got messier and messier, and it concluded with the infamous MTV award, Nicki Minaj calling out Miley Cyrus in the middle of the award ceremony.
Now, back to this bitch that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
Hey, We're all in this industry. We all do interviews, and we all know how they manipulate shit. Nicki, congratulations. And just because the VMAs have already started doesn't mean that the voting is done.
I'm gonna give this alleged feud a library is open ranking just because I feel like Nicki's initial tweet wasn't directly against Miley. It was more towards the nominations and how she didn't get nominated and she didn't win for the best video, even though she had the better video, let's be honest. But yeah, I did think that Miley took it too personally and she felt called out probably, and then Nicki did go and called her out in the middle of the awards ceremony, which obviously was iconic. Next up, we have Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj. So this alleged beef started a long time ago, in which, you know, a lot of back and forths were happening, a lot of songs that were allegedly meant for each other as a diss and whatnot. And this is what Lil Kim had to say.
You know what I mean? And if you listen to that song, the way I did my vocals, hers were different from how I did my vocals at that time. So shortly after that, she started releasing all these records, doing her vocals the way I did my vocals. Now, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? But you have to look back. My fans may not like when I do a certain type of music, but that was a sound that I was getting ready to start. And I was starting a sound a long time ago. And if he tell you that this is not true, he's lying. But I played a record for Slim called Automatic. It's a Saint-Tropez dance type of record. It's 3 years ago I played him this record. On her new album, she has a song called Automatic, and the song is so similar to the song that I played for Slim. The whole sound that I brought to the table.
Lil Kim then continued by making another remix of the song Flawless by Beyonce after Nicki did hers with Beyonce. And, you know, then there was another diss track allegedly for Nicki Minaj. And, you know, a lot of things were going on back and forth. A lot of interviews in which Lil Kim mentioned Nicki. So I don't really want to get into it because it's a lot. And even recently, some people say that Nicki and Lil Kim's alleged feud has been coming back, especially with the Latto situation on Twitter. But I don't know. So I'm just gonna give this a libraries open. Next, I'm gonna talk about Taylor Swift and Nicki. So it all started after Nicki made this tweet, which is the same one that started Miley Cyrus's beef allegedly. And I don't want to get too much into this because it's really short, honestly. Then Taylor tweeted that, and then Taylor followed by tweeting this, an apology. And then everything seemed fine because then Nicki and Taylor were seen together performing, and even recently on, they were seen together again at an award ceremony, hugging each other. So I'm gonna give this a anyway so rating because honestly, who cares? So then we have Remy Ma and Nicki. It all started allegedly because Nicki released a song called Dirty Money, in which allegedly it was a diss track for Remy Ma. And then Remy Ma followed this by releasing Sheether, which was a 7-minute long diss track directly at Nicki, in which she mentioned her by name directly several times. So then Nicki released No Frauds as an alleged response, and then, you know, it was back and forth. And then Nicki made a Instagram post saying to Remy Ma these things, and you can pause to read. But I think that ended the feud pretty much, or we didn't hear much after. But for that reason, I'll give it a That's How You Clear B because of that last response from Nicki. So lastly, I want to talk about Latto and Nicki Minaj. So recently, the song Super Freaky Girl by Nicki was submitted to the Grammys as Best Rap, but then it was moved to Best Pop category, even though the song Big Energy remained in the rap category for Latto. So then Nicki went on live and then expressed how she thought that if Super Freaky Girl was moved into the pop, then also the song Big Energy should have been moved to pop because they're both similar songs. And if one is moved, then the other should be. That's what she was saying. She was talking about fairness and how she was down to be fair, but in this case, only her song was moved. And then Latto responded because she probably felt called out, and she responded by saying how she wasn't celebrated, whatnot. And then this whole drama erupted in which Nicki and Latto had a back and forth. Even Latto exposed, quote unquote, a conversation they had, and it's been a mess. So for that reason, I'll give it a library is open. And this is actually quote unquote drama or alleged drama that is still going on. So I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, so that was it for this video, and please like, comment, and subscribe.